Hello everybody, SirMonkeySuit here, and got a surprise for you. Alright, so, I'm sure that like pretty much everyone is aware that Attack on Titan Season 3 is coming out on Sunday. And I haven't seen any of the OVAs. Back when I was watching like Season 1, Season 2, and people were asking, you know what I mean, oh, watch the OVAs, and things like that. I told my mods to basically tell those people that I'd be watching in my own time, and kind of around that time, but before I started watching them, I kind of figured, you know what, like, I'm going to be finished Attack on Titan like a month beforehand. So what I would do is I would wait until the week leading up to Season 3, and I would watch the OVAs then. So you'll be getting, from today, every day, you'll be getting Attack on Titan OVAs. I'll be watching all of them. I believe the last day of the last OVA I will be watching will be on Saturday, and then obviously Sunday will be the episode 1 of Season 3. So obviously, like, with regards to No Regrets, which I believe has 2 episodes, right? For the OVAs that are like that, which are like 2-parters, I'll be watching both of those on the same day and uploading them like on the same day. Okay, so today it's Ilse's notebook, I believe. It's kind of, I feel like it's quite difficult to like sort of find these around. Like, OVAs are always a pain in the ass for that. I hope you fall off. Anyway, yeah, the OVAs are always a pain for that. Like, I wish there would just be like, you know what I mean? If fucking Crunchyroll has Attack on Titan on there, just give them the fucking OVAs, please. Like, you know what I mean? It would be so much nicer. But no, I have to go fucking find it elsewhere. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I do believe this one is Ilse's notebook. You know what I mean? I guess it's the first OVA that they did. I don't know that though, but I'm pretty sure this is Ilse's notebook. So we're going to get into this. I have no idea which one, like where this takes place, like in the actual story. I guess I can guess like while watching. You know, depending on like who's around and stuff. I guess where they are, where they're situated. So yeah. Without further ado, I think that's all we need to talk about, right? Yeah, I believe that's it. Alright, so, without further ado, let's start these OVAs, shall we? Alright, Ilse's notebook. Let's go. Sasageyo. Jesus. Yes, his notebook. Memoirs of a Scouting Legion soldier.
そりゃあ兵站拠点の設置が最優先事項だってのはわかるよ。でも巨人の正体を突き止めることは調査兵団本来の目的のはず。それはあんただって分かってるはずでしょ。それには巨人の捕獲が絶対に必要なんだ。もちろん現実的じゃないのは分かってる。最後に捕獲に成功したのは15年以上も前の話。それも20人以上の犠牲を払ってね。
何度言えば分かる。捕獲作戦に兵を割くだけの余力はない。今日もここにたどり着くだけだ。すでに10名以上が失われた。
それは分かってるけど。
暗示。却下する。
I don't think I've ever seen them two really kind of hold a conversation before.
やっぱり無理っすよ。
Oh no!
巨人なんてぶっ殺すのも命がけだってのに、生け捕りと来た日には、いくら
no.
命があっても足りねえっす。
Just bringing back memories.
例えばだおるわ。戦って勝てるか。
無理っすよ、そんなの。っていうか、苦しいっす。
どうすれば勝てるか教えてやろうか。調べ上げるんだよ。 奴の行動範囲から苦手な食い物、女の好み、便所に行く回数、そんなことを全部調べ上げるんだ。そうすればどこかに付け入る隙が見つかる。そうして戦わなければあんたは確実に殺される。ごめんごめん。でもまあそういうことだよ。
分隊長
You sniff something that far out.
森田いるぞ。総員警戒態勢。
分隊長一人では危険です。
エルビー行かせてもらうよ。
待てハジ。
お、見つけた。こんちはいい天気だね。散歩がてら私と一緒に壁の中に行ってみない？どうかな。お、危ねえ。あっちゃ大丈夫？よーしいい子だ。
こっちだマヌケ。
Huh?
ねえちょっと待って。
Where's he going? What?
飛行士だとしてもどこかおかしいですね。
ああ、これまで報告されているどのパターンとも違う。いや、そういう類型化を全て拒否するからこその飛行士じゃないのか。どうでもいい。
どこか特定の場所に向かってるのか。飛行士とはいえ巨人はそんなこと。
God, what the hell is this? Some kind of grotto?
何？
What?
どうしたの？
What is he
ここが
doing?
あんたの来たかった場所の。
Oh! Fucking hell!
危ねえ。
取って。
モロ待て。
はい。
God! Jesus. I mean, no, he couldn't have died, right? Because obvious reasons. So, well, that's. God.
この子は貴重な被験体になったのに。捕獲さえできれば人類は一歩前へ進めたかもしれないのに。
黙れクソメガネ。お前が巨人のクソになりたいというなら俺は止めん。だが部下を危険にさらすな。
巨人は排便しないよ。消化器官がない、ね。
Oh, wow. Smart ass answer.
兵長？
なんだ。
あれは巨人の仕業でしょうか。
What? What? What?
34回目の暗唱。1年前に死んだ兵士だね。名前はルツランコラ。私の名はイルゼ・ラングナ。
Yeah, lang now.
第34回壁外調査
Why
に
shit
参加。
why shit on our own without a horse?
再作翼を担当。機関時巨人に遭遇。
Alright. So,
所
this.
属班の仲間と馬も失い、故障した立体起動装置を放棄した。巨人の支配する壁の外で馬を失ってしまった。人の足では巨人から逃れられない。頼れる仲間もいない。町への帰還、生存は絶望的。私は死をも恐れぬ人類の翼、調査兵団の一員。たとえ命を落とすことになっても最後まで戦い抜く。
Did you not
神に今を記し、今できることを全力でやる。
did you not even try to take a sword with her?
私は屈しない。私は屈しない。
Oh, you gotta pay attention, woman. Oh my god, holy shit. That's...
巨人遭遇7いや6メートル級すぐに私を食べない
What?
No. Tommy.
今喋った
What?
巨人が喋った
Yamir sama.
That's not Ymir though, is it? That's not Ymir. What?
意味のある言葉を発したおそらく人類史上初めて私は巨人と意志を通わせた あなたたちは何応答はないどうして私たちを食べるの目的を問うどうして私たちを食べる
Shit. Oh, fuck.
エルヴィン・スミス殿本書は調査兵団における巨人捕獲作戦の再開を提言するものである同封した手帳の写しを一読していただけたなら明らかなようにそれが示唆するところは一つイルゼ・ラングナーの出会った巨人は意味のある言葉を発し敬意を示すような姿勢をとった加えてイルゼを捕食し尽くすことをせず彼女の亡骸を呪文我々にはイルゼが最後の一滴までその命を振り絞って得たこれらの情報を次につなげる責任があるはずだ彼女が示したような巨人の正体を突き止めるための努力を絶やしてはならないそれで得る情報がたとえどんなにわずかだったとしても
Oh, is that
決して無
Ilse's
駄ではな
family?
いいつの日か必ずや
At least they got like
人類の反撃の糧となるものであると
they got like closure, I
私は
guess.
信じる
そういやエルヴィンが5を出したぞ
そう
20日後ハンジゾエ分隊長はリヴァイ兵士長率いる特別作戦班の協力を得てボールマリア陥落以後初となる
Oh, and then that's where they got Sony and Bean, right?
その際ハンジの考案した新たな捕獲方法が採用され一人の犠牲も出すことはなかった
Oh, wait a minute. No, maybe this wasn't. Oh, interesting. It's nice to get like some Attack on Titan again. It's really nice. Wait a minute. So it was like the 47th expedition? Is that what they said at the beginning? I was thinking it was during the time when the Tross thing was going on, but I guess it wasn't then, because they cut it short and had to come back to because, like, you know what I mean, to try and save the city, right? So I guess it wasn't then. This must have been before. When what? Oh, fucking hell! I can't even remember the numbers. Like 50 something like reminds me of like the 50 something, like 51st expedition or something like that. Like that like I remember that happening at some point. I can't remember exactly which number it was, but this one's like the 47th or something like that. Alright, so maybe it was a few expeditions after that the whole Tross thing went down, I guess. Yeah. Well, there's an interesting thing about that Titan. I think the whole that Titan there, I would like to say it is one of the sort of, I don't know what to call them, because I wouldn't exactly call like Ymia's whole thing like a cult, right? Although it could possibly have seemed that way, like it was almost like an underground thing where like they were worshipping Ymir, right? Like it almost wasn't like an official sort of like, she wasn't like a queen or something, you know what I mean? It felt a lot more underground, so I guess I'll just call it a cult for now. Obviously, we know what happened to Ymir and her people. Because of watching season 2. I don't know when this came out. When Ilse's Notebook like came out, if it was before or after that episode that we reveal about Ymir, because I don't know, like it definitely obviously helps no matter what. I guess it just like depending on which way you sort of watch them. If you watch this first and then watch episode 9 or 10 or whichever one it is, I guess it'd be like really incredibly intrigued if you watch this one before watching season 2. But that Titan, I guess, is one of those people, like one of those like cult like members. And it sort of gives me the reason why Titans, I feel like the only reason Titans are like a Titan has an urge to eat a human is in the hopes that they eat a shifter, which would in turn like allow them to go back to human form. Obviously, like as a Titan, like they wouldn't be thinking that, like they wouldn't be thinking, oh, this is what I have to do kind of thing. But it's more like because Titans tend to run on instinct, like, you know, kind of like what a final, like we saw this with Eren and when he transforms in season 1 when he doesn't have control over his Titan. Like his Titan seems to run on instinct of like the last thing Eren was feeling before he transformed. So, you know, I think the idea that when a human becomes a Titan the way that Ymir and her people did, the last thing that would sort of be in their head would be like, I want to live, like I don't want to go anywhere, you know what I mean, I don't want to die. So I feel like you see, the thing that throws me off is the fact that that Titan was talking. I know that Connie's mother talks, and I know that well, I'm not even going to count the ape beast Titan thing, because I feel like that's like a next level thing, and I don't think that's the same sort of, I don't know, I think there's more to the beast Titan than what's happening here. But I think it's interesting, like maybe some Titans, like more so than instinct, have a like retain some memory, however little it may be, and I feel like that's what it was. like the memory of Emiya, and I think, you know, because they aren't necessarily, they're not really intelligent. At least like the non-shifter ones aren't. So I imagine, you know what I mean? I mean, it's not too far of the reach to say that like Ilse is like, she's not too far from Emiya. Like, I could notice the difference, like obviously, but you know, I have a working brain, I can tell. But I can see from like a Titan's perspective, like it wouldn't. Like if they have like an inkling of like memory, like that's it. It's like it might just seem like Emiya to that Titan. I mean, they did have the same haircut. Like Emiya had that same haircut like back then, right? I mean, now she obviously sports the like sort of ponytail thing in the back, but back then she did have that sort of like bob cut thing, which Ilse did. So I guess, you know what I mean, I couldn't really tell due to like the quality of the OVA, but she could be a bit darker skinned as well. So maybe, I don't know, Ilse could have come from like where Emiya was from, essentially, maybe, or like that's where like her descendants were from. I mean, Ilse kind of reminds me of like Ilse and Emiya. Sort of seems like it would be like a similar sort of name from like the same region kind of thing. But I don't know, I could be just looking too far into that. But yeah, I feel like this Titan was obviously a part of that cult member group. After being tossed off the wall, it like he turned into a Titan. And that's the memory, that's probably the only memory he retained. And because of that, he couldn't bring himself to kill her at the very beginning because it was Emiya. Now, at first, I thought, oh, wait a minute, like he's sort of, because he can kind of retain this information. He's like, he doesn't. Like my first thought was he doesn't want to kill somebody. You know what I mean? And he's fighting the sort of Titan urge to do so. But what I kind of, the revelation I got was that, you know, Emiya was like a shifter. Now, well, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure, because why would that Titan know that Emiya got shifted, like shifter powers? But I feel like that's the only reason Titans kill humans, is in hopes that they find one that is actually a Titan shifter themselves, and then that Titan can go back to being like a human again. And I feel like that's like the main instinct that's sort of like, that's sort of in a Titan, sort of like in their head, is like they want to be human again, and the only way to do that is to eat a Titan shifter and get that power, right? So I feel like that's the only reason why they do it. I could be wrong, but like there's no other reason, right? Obviously they don't do it for nutrition, we know that. They don't have to eat them because they don't have any like digestives, they don't have to stay alive by it. So you know what I mean? It's a pretty fucking stupid answer to say like, oh, they're just doing it for the fun of it. They're not doing that. It's got to be in hopes that they can go back to being a human again. And you know, I think that's what this Titan was doing, was trying to, it was fighting against its own will to eat her essentially. You know, I think the fact that like if it had been anybody else and it wasn't to him, like if it wasn't Emiya, he would have straight up ate them. But I think because it looked like Emiya, he stopped. But then eventually he couldn't stop himself. The will was too strong, I guess. And that's why he was crying and just trying so fucking hard, and he was ripping himself apart to do it. Ilse Langner. She continued to fucking write even when she was in, like that takes some fucking, like, you know what I mean? Like, to even think, like, in that situation, the first, like, you're gonna write. You gotta write stuff down. She was writing stuff down fast as well. You know what I mean? Like, the whole time she was in her mouth, like, she managed to write down like 2 sentences. You know what I mean? Like, fucking hell. Like, if I was going to write stuff down, I'd just be like, and it would just end up in scribbled bullshit that you wouldn't be able to understand. But it's interesting that even after the Titan killed Ilse, like, he put her away in a tree and sort of almost as like a, you know, like that cult would do, like, or like, you know what I mean, some sort of like, you know, like religious sort of following like that. They would put up some sort of symbol to like pray over, or you know, to worship kind of thing. And I think it's interesting that that's what the Titan did. I don't know if the Titan like knew what it, like, I mean, I guess it knew what it was doing. It's just like, I'm kind of wondering what it had. Like, did he think even afterwards? I mean, I guess he would have. He would have still thought that was Ymir afterwards, and that's why he did it. I guess because if it was any other human, I don't think like he would worship it, would he? So I guess so. It's just that when he came back and he was headbutting the tree, like, I was like, wait a minute, what's he like? I was wondering like if he was doing it because he didn't want to eat somebody. I guess it was just because he ate Ymir, and it was just like, you know what I mean, he did it for nothing, essentially. I think that's probably what it was. Like, I feel like he is, as a Titan, can sort of feel that, like he was hoping to become a human again, if that meant, you know what I mean, like going against Ymir, someone who he worshipped in the past, and it never worked for him. Like, you know what I mean, the one thing that he wanted to happen, that he would give up worshipping Ymir for, is to be human again. And, you know what I mean, the chance of that even happening was fucking very slim anyway, and it didn't work for him. So I guess, I don't know, he's headbutting the tree because he hates himself for it now, I guess. It's interesting though. It's definitely like an interesting sort of take on, you know, I like how they, you know, they could have easily just saw this as, oh, we'll just elaborate on the whole Ymir thing. I think what it was doing essentially was, see, I don't know when this came out, so I can't really tell. But if it was before Ymir, then obviously it was a nice setup to Ymir's whole thing, right? And I guess like if you were watching this before, you'd like start sort of paying attention to Ymir a bit before, and be like, you know, you'd be thinking about, you know what I mean, what has she got to do with it, you know what I mean? And you would probably have a lot of theories beforehand, which would have been an interesting thing for me to do had I chosen to do it, like watch the OVA beforehand. But you know what I mean, I think I was still happy, and I'm still very content with the way that I'm watching them anyway. You know what I mean, it just is the way it is. But you know what I mean, not just the setup for the Ymir stuff, but they also had, you know what I mean, the whole thing with Hanji, and like why she wants to sort of capture the Titans, and how she actually got put in that role in the first place. You know, and obviously it was involved in an expedition that was happening way back. So, you know what I mean, it's all kind of like multiple sort of things coming together. It was also nice to see Oluo, Petra, and I think that's it. I mean, I think they shouted for Eld at one point, but you know, I mean, he was. I don't think he was on screen. But yeah, it was sort of nice to see them. It was bittersweet for sure. Like knowing what happens to them, it's sad. But yeah, interesting to say the least. I think I've you know, I mean, I like what I've decided to do, like react to this stuff. You know what I mean? It gives you guys like something else to watch. I guess something to sort of hype you up for this following week until Sunday. So hopefully it doesn't feel like as much of a drag to you guys if you're like just sitting there just waiting for fucking season 3 episode 1. You're like, fucking come on. You know what I mean? You've got like these to look forward to over the next like following days and stuff. So you know what I mean? Hopefully I can give that to you. You know what I mean? I hope you really enjoy these. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I feel like tomorrow I might do the no regrets ones. I think possibly. I'll see what we'll do. Anyway, yes. So I don't think there's anything else to talk about. Oh yeah. I guess I'll just finish off with this because I didn't think I'd write it down, but I thought I was going to. The fact that she was like alone, like without a horse, without maneuver gear because it was busted, without even a sword. Like I don't know why she didn't even think to just take a sword with her. Like yeah, you're on foot, but it's better than nothing. I guess I don't know. I guess she kind of just gave up hope. I guess of ever making it back because the chances were so slim that she just thought, you know what I mean, there's no point. Like if the Titan does get to me and I, you know what I mean, even if I have a sword, it's not going to help. So I don't know. I mean, it's very. She's got some resolve. I'll put it that way. To you know what I mean, because that is a scary situation to be in. Like outside there, you're all alone. You have nothing. You can't outrun the Titans. You're completely on foot. You've got no weapons. You've got no maneuver gear. And you've just got a pen and you've got a notebook. So it takes some incredible resolve to do what she did, to be fair. And by doing so, she left her notes. She is the reason pretty much why Hanji got promoted to where she is and why some certain things may have come to light with obviously having Sony and Bean and stuff and those two. And whatnot. So that's kind of the revelations of like at the end of when I was like, oh wait a minute, no, this can't be right then. This whole expedition couldn't have taken place like during the whole Trost battle thing, because Hanji mentioned to Eren like about how she was testing out Titans and stuff, and that at the end was the first batch that she got, right? And she was explaining how like the different Titans had already perished and stuff. Like Sony and Bean weren't the first ones, so that's the one that gave me the revelation. And also like the fact that, you know what I mean, they were called back early during like when the Trost battle was going on to be like, we've got to go back because it's fucking Trost getting done in. So yeah, but yeah, very very interesting. So yeah, that is all for this video. So thank you everyone for watching. Tomorrow there'll be more. There'll either be one more OVA video for like I don't know, like a singular one-parter, or I'll just say fuck it and decide to do the no regrets thing. I feel like I want to do the bigger ones because no regrets is the big one, right? The big like OVA one. I almost feel like I want to start off with the less important ones. I mean, I don't know how important things are, but I guess that the like two-parters and stuff like that are like the big ones, right? Like the most important ones. I don't know. This one seemed pretty important, so I mean, I hope so. But I feel like it would be better to kind of like work up to them. I don't know. Tell me in the comments, like, what would you want me to do? Do you want me to just kind of go with the flow, just pick whatever each day, or would you rather me like, you know, go like starting from like one-parters and then we finish on like Friday and Saturday with like the two-parters stuff? You know what I mean? Or do you like, you know, you want me to react to No Regrets tomorrow and I'll do the 2 episodes tomorrow? You know what I mean? So yeah, just tell me what you want in the comments, guys. And yeah, that'll be that. Alright, so thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.